Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This time I'm going to be drawing Daniela and I forget Aaron, basically Danny and Aaron from Gyaru. I always forget their female names, I just think of them as Danny and Aaron. But this is an illustration that I've wanted to do for a while. I think the original sketch in one of my sketchbooks was done back in late January, early February. So to actually sit down, and I think this recording is actually pretty late. It was done a while ago. It was only recently, within this past week, while I'm editing this, that I actually sat down and finished it. I actually really enjoyed sitting down and making sure that the anatomy was correct and believable. I had a lot of fun doing the line art here as we're going through, just adding a lot of extra details, which still wound up really not being enough. But that happens, and I think I've been having more and more fun just like sitting down and working through details when it comes to line art. It's always been one of my favorite parts. I'm not a huge fan of coloring, so I really let myself have a lot of fun here with Aaron, and I just love their designs that they came out with. I want to buy so many of the products, but I just don't have a good amount of money in America, and I don't think they would ship. I'm looking at a lot of reference here. That's going to be an ongoing thing where I just use the reference to make sure I've really got the design down, because I really love the designs in this. So yeah, I don't know if they actually ship the items to Japan, so I've kind of, or like, you know, I don't have enough money in my American account to buy it, and it's kind of hard to buy stuff online in Japan. A lot of times you order it and you pay at a convenience store with cash. Japan's still very cash oriented. Here we go with Daniela, Danny. I make a lot of changes to her because she's kind of in a really wild pose. And she's got a temporary hand. So yeah, I want a lot of the products, and I'm hoping they'll still kind of be around whenever I decide to go back home to the States. So I'll just like spend all of my exchanged money on. I think they recently came out with the body pillows just after I finished this drawing, and it couldn't have been better timing, where I was just like fantasizing about these girls. Yeah, I'm actually setting up to do like explosions in the background. I've dragged in like a reference thing that we'll get to later. I kind of have this thing where I will flip back and forth between doing line art to doing coloring and shading to working on background and thinking about color. It's just something I think, like, you'll see even with my line art, I'll jump around to different bits. It's really hard for me to stay focused on one particular area, especially when I start to kind of feel drained or frustrated. It's almost just better to move on to something else. Here I'm blocking out the characters in a single color. I don't usually do this, and this isn't the best way to do it, but I wanted some concrete fill-in for them as I went through coloring. But like I said, this is definitely not the best way to do it. I think I just wanted it to kind of see how they would fill in the space a bit easier as I worked on the background here, which is, again, super fun to do. Not really my style, but it was just kind of fun to not really care about clean lines and just kind of basically sketch out this fun explosion background. These really wavy clouds that are really easy to do, actually, so I was really happy that they turned out decent. Playing around with the sizing here. I think eventually I wind up making them a bit smaller. I don't quite remember. There's a lot kind of left up to random here as I work through. and then of course like all the crazy colors. And there wasn't a lot of detail, so I wasn't really sure if how asymmetrical Danny's jacket was. He's got a lot of patches on his left arm, on our right, like how we would view it as his right side. So, which is nice for me because it saved a lot of detail, but I'm trying to figure out how to do the eyes. I wound up just going, I think, kind of simple. You kind of can't see their eye color in the design, which left me with trying to figure out and trying to remember their actual eye color, which I couldn't, so I just made something up. This is a fun thing that I don't think I've done in any of my videos yet, or narrated, where you basically take a whole layer and fill it in, and then multiply it, and then you detract color away, and now I'm adding like an extra layer of shading, because I went through really fast. But you basically take away shading, and that's your light source, and it works really well for these very dark scenes when you only need a little bit of light. And it also helps you think about, well, where is your light source coming from? For some reason, it's just a bit easier for me. And there's a slight blur on Danny, and then we move over to Aaron, adding a little shading in. So yeah, that's just one of my, it's actually one of the lighting techniques that has really helped me figuring out lighting in general. Just trying to think about it that way of like, where's the light coming from in these really dark scenes, has also helped me figure out, you know, lighting in normal standard scenes. And it's just a really fun technique to just have a full layer in and multiply it and then detract. Here we're going through, kind of cleaning up the messy lines, and then we're doing it again where I'm detracting color rather than adding in shading. I'm just taking away a little bit with an eraser, and it just, I don't know, it just adds this like great glowing white, and I just really like it. And then I think that was my layer check to make sure like where all my layers were. The original sketches for this are just like so different, which makes me really happy that they grew so much. And then we've got more blur, signing, adding in some extra details, and then I think it takes me a while, and I finally wind up typing out, yep, there it is, the Japanese and some stars, and then I think we're done. Yep, here's the full image. Like I said, it goes by really fast, but I was really proud of this one, so please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions or anything else you want to see me do in the future. And thanks for watching!